Hey, what's going on, Gaijins and Gal-jins? This is Good Gaijin Greg, and I'm back with another video. And today we will be making one of my favorite things to make, shrimp and grits. It's gonna have some shrimp in there. It's gonna have some andouille sausage, a little bit of bacon, and I actually got my hands on some celery. So that's a feat in itself. So let's stop messing around. Let's get out there and start cooking. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we have a big old bowl here full of ingredients, and we're gonna make a shrimp stock. So make sure when you buy the shrimp for this shrimp and grits, you buy uncooked, unpeeled shrimp. That way you can use the shrimp shells and use that to make the stock for the gravy. All right, and now we're gonna stir this. And you're already gonna start smelling amazing things. I mean, you got peppers, onions, celery, which peppers and onions is the mirepoix used in most Cajun food. Or pretty much all Cajun food, really. And you're really gonna cook this until the shells start getting some color on them. They're gonna turn red. I almost forgot. Make sure you add a bay leaf to this, and then go ahead and partially cover that and just let it do its thing for an hour. Okay, while our stock is going ahead and doing its thing, we're gonna go ahead and prep the rest of our ingredients. We've got our onions and our peppers in here, but I forgot two major ingredients: celery and garlic. Now, stock's been cooking. As you can see, it's reduced. You can't smell it, but it smells amazing. Well, maybe you can if you're actually following along to make this. Now, this is where you taste test. See if you want to put any more Cajun seasoning. This is also where you would salt it and pepper it. That's really good. Oh yeah, there we go. And now that that's over, we're gonna set this aside. Don't strain it yet. Let it go ahead and steep. Get all the flavor, as much flavor as you can get out of there before you go ahead and strain it and use it in your gravy. All right, now we got a nice wide pan. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil in there. You won't need much because the first thing we're going to cook is our bacon. And unfortunately, Japan doesn't really do too much smoked meats, so their bacon is more of like a unsmoked ham, but still really good. Turn down the heat, and we're going to render all this fat out. We're going to cook this until it's nice and brown and crisp. And all the fat that's come out of the pork. Now that we have a nice pool of fat to use, we can now go ahead and cook our sausage. And I have andouille sausage. And what we're going to do is we're going to brown this. We're not going to cook it all the way through, not fully, because it'll also cook in our sauce after we cut it up. So we're basically just going to brown this on both sides, let it firm up a bit, and it'll be easier to cook. Easier to cut after it's cooked a bit. All right, now, as you can see, our sausage is nice and brown on one side, nice and brown on the other. So we're going to go ahead and take it off. And now we have bacon and andouille sausage grease in here. This is where we're going to cook our shrimp now. We have our uncooked shrimp. It's already been peeled and deveined. And we have our sausage and bacon fat in here. We're going to take a little, because we don't need much, a little bit of butter. And we're going to go ahead and toss our uncooked shrimp in here. Now look at all this flavor we have in here. We've got sausage, we've got shrimp, we've got seasoning, we've got bacon, we've got butter, all in here. And this is where our stock's gonna be. And this is where our sauce is gonna be soon. Okay, now we're gonna make our grits. And in this pot, I've got 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of butter. And now I have 1 cup of grits. Now we're going to start our sauce. So in this pan I've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 big tablespoon of butter. And the first thing we need to do is get all that fond off the bottom of the pan. And the fond is all the brown bits that we got from the sausage, from the bacon, and from the shrimp. After our onions and everything get a little bit soft, still have plenty of oil there at the bottom. If you don't, just add a little bit more, no big deal. But we're going to go ahead and add flour. And the way that I do it is I tend to just make sure I can cover everything with flour. Kind of like that. Enough flour for enough of my ingredients in oil. Roux is something that you're going to have to practice at. Most people don't get roux right on the first try. We're going to go ahead and cook this until our roux starts to brown. And you want to keep it moving so that it browns and it doesn't burn. Make sure you get the sides and everything. Go ahead and turn that off because I will be adding whiskey. Along with that whiskey, a few glugs of Worcestershire sauce. And if you add too much stock, you can always let it reduce. Or if you added way too much stock, you can make a slurry with a tablespoon of water and a tablespoon of cornstarch, and that'll thicken it right up. And add our shrimp. Remember, that's the cooked shrimp. And I've already cut up the sausage. We're going to add that in. Along with any juices that came out of it. And we're going to go ahead and mix this all together. Woo-wee! Boy, that look good. I guarantee. Props if you know where that's from. As you can see, we have a lovely bowl of shrimp and grits. And all right, that's it. We now have a nice bowl of shrimp and grits. And I can't wait to tear into this. So let's see how we did. Itadakimasu. Yeah, we did it. Yeah, that was yes. Words about good words, good. Creamy grits, and then that sauce comes in and hits you. Crunchy bacon, the bite from the shrimp. You want to make this. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making it, and I'm gonna enjoy eating it. So I hope you guys had a good time. See you guys later. Take care.